What's up? All right, so I wanted to. So first of all, yesterday I did a live on how do I stop lying, right? And that brought a lot of different questions, from people, about that whole view of lying and all that kind of stuff. So I just wanted to do a quick recap and then talk about the frame. So we'll start where we always start. So first we start with the problem. So problem number one, right? You lie about your past, right? So you lie about your past, and therefore you don't know where you started. Problem number two, you lie about your present. Can I be an R here? Your present. And therefore, you don't really know where you are. Number three, you lie about your future, where you're going, your goals, right? Because you know that you're not going to do the work required in order to get there. Number four, the problem is you live in fantasy, right? So, for number one, you lie about your past, where you've been. Number two, you lie about your present, where you currently are, right? Because the facts that you're giving are full of feelings and they're not what it's supposed to be, right? Problem number three, you lie about your future. I don't know if there's an E or not. So if there's an E, my bad. Number four, you live in fantasy. All right, so we're looking at those, and now we're looking at the possibility. So, right here. Possibility. Boom. Possibility. Whew. Boom. So in terms of your past, you know exactly where you come from. Number two, you are 100% honest about where you are and why. Same thing here. Like, how did you get there? Future. Oop, here we go. You have 100% clarity over where you want to go. You want to go. Not the how, but you have clarity over where you want to go, right? And the amount of work required, or at least the beginning. Number four, you live in the real world. The real world. Right? So, looking at this, problem number one, you lie about your past, the possibilities, you know exactly where you come from and why. Part number two, you lie about your present, possibility, you are 100% honest about where you are and why. Part number three, you lie about your future, possibility, you have 100% clarity over where you want to go. Part number four, you live in fantasy, possibility, you live in the real world. All right? So we're looking at those, and what we see right away happening as we're removing this, as we're moving our arrows, what we see happening between those two is this gap, right? This gap right here between where we are, A, and where we want to go, B, right? And so What we're looking for is like, how do we do this? How do we do this right here? Right? And I'm not going to have time to go over every single one of them, but I'm going to go over them, okay? So, number one, we live by the code. Real, raw, relevant, focus. Real, raw, relevant fruits. Real, facts, raw, feelings, relevant, oh my gosh, focus, and then radical fruits. Facts. This is raw feelings. This is relevant focus. And this is radical fruits. Right? So we live by the code. 2, the core. You see me every day. Core 4. Body, being, balance, and business. Right? B, 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 B. Your core. Your core 4. 3, the stack. You saw me as well. Stack, this is memoir. This is where I get an emotion and I'm able to change it and extract the lesson that I need. Number 4, the game. So this is how I can create a game to go from here, A, to here, B. My problem to my possibility. My pain to my pleasure. Right? And then number 5, the door. Right? Those two work together. Right? There's one game in 4 categories, body, being, balance, and business. And there's a door, or should I say 4 doors per focus. Okay, so we're looking at all this. The problem, the possibility, the path, right here, and this place right there, where we say, you live in the real world. Now the question is, whenever you live in a real world, right, we all have different truth here, right? What is real to you or factual to you might not be the same to me. So now this is where we enter the conversation of the frame, right? So frame will be like your current reality, okay? So what is today? Today's August. You can just say August 2023. And I say August because ideally you're evolving and changing. So the frame is going to be comprised of like those 4 quadrants, right? Or 4 sides. So stories that I tell myself, right? Laws that I have, right? Regulation, right? Conformity, regulation that I follow and I conform by. And then here, belief. So what I believe to be true or not. And what that does, that creates this frame. That creates this frame that I live in, right? The stories that I have, the laws that I have, the regulations that I conform by, and the belief that I have about what is true or not true, right? Now, we know inside this game of like social media and algorithm is like, based on like what this is for you, it might get reinforced. You're going to get more of what fits this frame. But in order for you to go from here to here, it's going to require this frame to just be shattered and for you to go to a new frame, right? So this is maybe for you if if it takes time to go in and have this moment of like 2 frames colliding, it might be August 2024. So August 2024, and now you're going to have a new story. You're going to have new laws where you believe it's possible, not possible. You're going to have new regulations. And new belief system, because suddenly like you realize like, oh my gosh, like there's a lot more that is possible because you're next to different people that have a different belief system, and that is your new frame. I started good with my little pictures. This one is a little sketch. Okay, here we go. So frame 1, frame 2. And you're going to keep on going because every new level is going to require a new frame, right? When I had one kid and I felt like it was impossible, like right here, one kid believed it was impossible, I literally had to shift this in order for me to go to 2 kids, and from 2 to 3, 3 to 4, 4 to 5, 5 to 6. It had to be a different one. So you have to understand that the problem or the place that you're in right now, in order for you to do the bridge to get to this new place where the possibility is, you have to look at your frame. What do I believe to be true? Belief. What are the stories that I'm telling myself? What are the laws that I'm obeying by? And what are the conformity that I conform by, the regulation that I conform by, right? And so for you, it's to be able to pick the most empowering one, right? It's to be able to pick the most empowering frame inside of that game. So here we go. That's the whole game of framing. You're looking at this problem, possibility, understand. Now I'm looking at my truth. I have to be able to change the frame that I'm in. And if sometimes I don't agree with someone about something, I have to look at what is my current frame, what is my current frame, what is their current frame. That's their truth, that's my truth. And maybe I can get them to my truth, or maybe I realize that my frame is wrong and this frame is right. But that's the whole game of how do I stop lying? You're looking at the type of lies you've been telling, but you acknowledge the possibility. In order to do the bridge from where you are to where you want to be, you have to use the code, the core, the stack, the game, the door, and this is how you make that bridge. But hey, if you have any questions about it, if it connects with you at any level, just send me a message, and I'll be glad to go over it. But if not, you have an amazing day, and put you back right here. Whoop. Like the message that God had given me. Release it. Be seen. Don't hide. Release it. Be seen. Don't hide. Release it. Be seen. Don't hide. Release the ego. Release what you think you know. Be seen. Don't hide. Talk to you soon. Peace.